Victoria, as a covenant participant, a steering committee member, and as your partner, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your 5 years of service as a staff member and for all that you've done for our community, for the ways that you held our community care and looked after for people, that took on so many different forms of connecting with people at an individual level and at a corporate level. Thank you for being the backstop that when other people in the community weren't able to do something, you filled in. You filled in for almost everything that went around in the church for the last 5 years. Thank you for standing in that gap. Thank you for scheming with people, for the scheming meetings you had, for scheming goodness to bring out people's best selves, and in the way that you brought all of us into the benefit and blessing to all the world that we all aspire to. And so now that you transition from a non-staff role, I look forward to ways that you will be able to continue many of these things. But thank you so much for all that you've contributed to us.
Rather than submit you haiku, Victoria, I offer you Kisho Tenketsu, the plot structure and poetry structure of Kiki's delivery service. It starts with the introduction. Kiki is a young witch that moves to the big city, gives development. Her work makes her many friends but overwhelms her. Then it has a completely unrelated twist. An airship has an accident in town. But it ends on a note of harmony that brings everything together. Kiki's skill and determination saves a friend from disaster. Victoria is my poet friend with whom I can totally nerd out. She has long been a bold design in the tapestry of my church. Doctors of psychology help people heal their inmost selves. Victoria heals with art and expertise together. Knowing her, I feel seen. Thank you for everything, Victoria. Excited to walk alongside you on this next chapter.
Hey Victoria, it's Catherine, of course. I'm using the beautiful spot where you did your poetry reading as the background for this thank you video. Wanted to say that there really aren't any words for your contributions as a staff member at Solomon's Porch. I know you gave from your whole heart and that you are a giver, and most of my appreciation isn't necessarily for you as staff person, but for you as a human. You are so kind and so loving and so open-minded and so generous with your spirit and your resources, and I just am so blessed to have you in my life. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you have done for so many people. Thank you, my dear.
Hello, Victoria. It's time for another transition. It's been a lot of them lately. When I pause and think about you, I think of lots and lots of lovely things. And some of the words that come along with those thoughts are community, compassion, creativity, courage, commitment. There's lots more words that don't start with a C, but those are some that are on the top of my head. And I do know and so appreciate that in all of our lives at Solomon's Porch, when you have been holding us, we have been held well. When you have been cultivating goodness, I think about some of the lovely movies and books that you love, and this cauldron of goodness. And that's what I think about you doing, is just kind of stirring the pot. And the stirring the pot, it's not one of drama or dissension ever. It's one of goodness and life and community, and calling us into a better way, to a better world together, and certainly to better ways of living with ourselves and with God. I love you dearly. I am eternally blessed by your friendship. And I think about one of the first times that we were together, which was at your house, and you were taking out Mari's braids. And even then, invited participation in your life and goodness, and we packed a little bit because you were moving, so many things. So now I look forward to our next phase together, and I hope we get to keep walking this walk, this path of love and light and a blessing to the world together. I honor you and respect you. Thank you so much.
Hey Victoria, I want to thank you for Solomon's Porch, and here's what I mean. There would be no Solomon's Porch the way it is today without you. Now, some of us started the place, but you have completed the community of Solomon's Porch, and so thrilled for all that you have done. You know, we would read the book of John. I think we read it 4 times out loud over the course of our time as a community. And there's this great sense in the Gospel of John that said that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And what you did as our poet, the poet laureate of the Solomon's Porch community, is you were not only this beautiful poem, these beautiful words, but you dwelt among us. And you have been the heart and soul of the Solomon's Porch community for all of these years. And your service on the staff and your life to our community is wonder-filled.
Victoria, I'm so glad that you're continuing to pursue your doctorate, although I'm sad for all the people at Solomon's Porch who won't have you around in the same way anymore, although I'm sure you'll still be involved. I really loved working with you. I remember all the times that you would come into the office and I would just be sitting at my desk, like head down working at something, and Victoria would come in, this really like bright-eyed smile, like, Ryan, I have an idea. And Victoria was great about coming up with these ideas, whether it was, fall festival or bingo or all these things that were really fun events, or things like writers group that became a really central component of community building at Solomon's Porch for a long time. Those are all just born because Victoria had ideas, and she would come in with this excitement and energy, and we'd make it happen. And Victoria, you brought a lot of richness to many lives over the past years, and I'm really excited for all those that will be touched by your therapeutic work in the years to come.
Victoria, thank you for connecting me and Nathan, our kids and Cabinet of Love, with Solomon's Porch. It's been a joy to be a part of your transition these last couple years, and I know you've done so much, and you've been so faithful in helping your community maintain and grow and envision a new future, and I'm excited to see the future. I'm excited to be part of it, and I'm thankful for all that you've done to bring us to this point. Love you.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for all the awesome work you've done at the Porch, and such a great force of life and energy and excitement. And thank you for inviting us to things and really ushering in our lives at this community.
We are just super appreciative to you for all the ways you've kept us going, and working together and being a part of the community with you and with your family is super, super important to us. Thank you. We love you. We're excited to keep seeing you around.
Hi, Victoria. It's Patience. Thank you so much for everything you have done for us. And I want to thank you for the seen and unseen. I wish you well in your next adventure, and I'm sure I'll see you around. Goodbye.
Hi, Victoria. So excited to get to celebrate you today. I have a lot of very favorite things about you, but I think my most favorite thing is how you see and notice people. I just think you're really good at looking at someone and really seeing them for who they are. I hope that you, as you think back over your time at Solomon's Porch, and in particular the last year or two, that you feel so proud of the way that you have not only really upheld a spiritual community, but on top of that, really brought light and fun and love into that space in so many ways. And I will miss working with you, but I'm so thankful you're going to stay a part of the community. Love you, Victoria.
Victoria Lynn Peterson-Hilleque. Child of God, lover of life, lover of people, giving, kind spirit, mother, wife, poet, psychologist, change agent, fierce, accomplice, and ally, and so much more. It's been beyond an honor and a privilege to work beside you for these last 3 months, to learn from you, to understand deeper the community, and to begin to rebuild. It has been a ride, and you know it. I am really excited for your next chapter of getting your terminal degree. It's been said, and I remember a professor telling me, people get doctorate degrees to change the world. You've already made a huge impact as a staff member at Solomon's Porch, and you're going to continue, I'm sure, make an impact beyond. Blessings to you, and I'll see you around. Ashe.